Hello, welcome to Breathe Well Coaching. In this guided mindful meditation and visualization, we will journey deep within to understand and to quiet the inner critic, that voice that often holds us back from reaching our full potential. And by engaging in this powerful practice, you will learn how to cultivate positive internal communication and improve your relationship with yourself. This mindful meditation can profoundly impact your career, personal life, and interactions with others. Backed by scientific evidence, we'll explore how mindfulness rewires the brain, why internal dialogue matters, and how taming your inner critic can unlock your potential in all areas of your life. Without further ado, go ahead and find a comfortable place to sit or lie down where you won't be disturbed. As you're settling in, just listen to my voice, knowing that in today's fast-paced world, the loudest voices we hear are often our own inner thoughts. And sometimes those thoughts can be very critical, harsh, and limiting. As you continue to lie and rest or sit calmly and quietly, just listen as you settle in. Take in the information. We know that research is showing that constant self-criticism can increase our stress, lower your self-esteem, and create emotional barriers that prevent growth in your career, relationships, and your well-being. So by practicing this mindful meditation, you will learn to quiet that inner critic and cultivate a more supportive, compassionate voice. When we are constantly criticizing ourselves, we tend to put our walls up and shut down. Just like if you were to criticize someone in your life, they're going to immediately put their walls up and shut down. We get defensive. We tend to limit ourselves when we're constantly criticizing. So as you're in this comfortable lying down position, you can close your eyes if they're not already closed and just start to breathe in and out. Notice by lengthening your breath, slowing it down, and by breathing through the nose, you're starting to slow the pace of your breath. Start to even out your inhale and your exhale. So making your inhale and exhale about the same length, maybe a 4-second inhale followed by a 4-second exhale. Find that nice rhythm and pace within your breath. When the breath is steady, we are steady. So balance out a natural rhythm within. And just make sure as you inhale, you're not using your neck and shoulders. You're not sucking in on your inhale. But when you inhale, feel as if you're expanding in the middle torso. The rib cage moves out laterally. So you have a horizontal inhale. And then when you exhale, everything kind of falls in towards the midline. And it feels like you're relaxing. You're letting go tension. Breathe in and breathe out. Now take a few moments to notice your body. Notice any tension you might feel within the physical body. Are you gripping anywhere? Maybe it's in your jaw or your shoulders or your belly. Maybe it's in your pelvic floor or the feet and the hands. I just want you to soften the tension, the muscular tension within the body. When we're at lower emotional frequencies, when we're feeling very depressed or anxious or agitated or frustrated, we tend to hold tension. So allow some of that tension to melt away. Just scan the body up and down and release muscular tension. Allow yourself to almost melt as you inhale and exhale, nice and even with that beautiful breathing pattern. Bring a smile to your face. You're doing so good. If this is new to you, great. Thank you. Thank yourself for trying something new. If you've been doing meditation for a long time, thank yourself for coming back to the practice, putting in the effort, and just be a little kind to yourself. Maybe there's an encouraging word you can say to yourself right now in this moment. And now that the body's relaxed, you can relax the face, let go of that smile, and just feel the weight of your body against the surface you're on. Notice the points of pressure that are connecting to the floor or the chair or whatever surface you're resting in right now. Just notice, just feel as if the body's being supported with the ground beneath you. Release, melt, give in, let go, and just breathe. Now there's no need to judge what you find. Just simply notice your breath, your body relaxing, and the environment around you holding you up, the ground supporting your body. As you inhale, imagine breathing in calm and ease. As you exhale, release tension and stress. Continue to follow your breath in and out. As your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the breath, gently guiding your attention to the present moment. The breath and the body are always in the present moment. This is why mindfulness practices work so well. Our mind tends to like to go to the future or ruminate in the past. In the body, the breath is always here and now. When we are more present, we feel more connected, both with ourselves and with the world around us. When we practice mindful attention, when we're present, we can access more peace, more love, more joy, some of these higher emotional frequencies. If you have a busy mind, it's okay. Again, don't judge it, but gently keep guiding it back, bringing it back to this present breath, each inhale and each exhale. Get very curious about your breath and your body in this moment. And really notice how the exhale allows us to sink deeper into a state of relaxation. Your exhale is more connected to your parasympathetic nervous system state, that rest, digest, restore, and recover. So the exhale, just really allow it to lengthen, fully empty when you exhale. We can practice maybe a shorter inhale with a little bit of a longer exhale now. So getting into a deeper relaxation through a slower breathing rate. And you don't have to get too descriptive with this. You don't have to count your breaths or the seconds that you inhale and exhale. I want you to just get into a nice rhythm. This is your time that you carved out to slow down and be present. It's also your time that you carved out to be kind to yourself. This gift of presence is a kindness. Continue to turn your awareness inward, and I like to bring your awareness to the voice inside, the voice that sometimes criticizes, sometimes judges, and perhaps holds you back. Perhaps that voice tells you that you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not smart enough, you're not talented, you don't have anything to offer, that you'll never succeed, or that others are better than you. We all have this inner critic, and for some of us, it can be louder than others. Sometimes we've allowed this to go unchecked for a very long time, and we think that that voice is us. But you are not your thoughts. You are not even your body. You are your spirit. And that's what this practice is, where we're getting more connected with our observer. Your ability to think about what you're thinking about, your ability to witness your physical body. There's a little bit of space there between you and your body, your thoughts, your emotions. So we're creating space between you and that inner voice, that inner critic. And in this moment, I want you to visualize that inner critic. It might appear as a figure or a person or a voice. What might your inner critic be if you could label it? Is it a feeling? What does it look like? What kind of energy does your inner voice carry? I once had a friend of mine tell me to label that inner voice as a Disney character, a Disney villain perhaps. And I thought it was silly at first, but eventually I came up with the stepmom from Cinderella. And so that stepmom from Cinderella, nothing's ever good enough for her. She has no love towards Cinderella. And I started to notice that that inner critic was very much like that stepmother from Cinderella. And so that gave me a little bit of space and able to identify that when that voice came up, that wasn't me. At the same time, it's important to know that this voice, this critic, isn't always here to destroy you. Sometimes, in fact, that inner voice at some point in our life could have been trying to protect us, keep us from failure or an embarrassment or disappointment. But you have the ability to ask that inner voice kindly, to address that inner voice and ask it to step aside. Make room for a kinder, more compassionate voice. As you look at your inner critic, curiously, I invite you to say, I understand. I see you. I see that you've been trying to protect me or guide me in a certain way, but your words are no longer helpful. What you say to me is no longer true. and I release you. And then let go. Come back to your breath and feel, especially on that exhale, as if you're letting that voice go, letting it quiet down, turning the volume down a little bit. And notice how it might respond. Notice if there's any resistance to this practice. Are you resisting it? Or is it fading? Is it time? Were you ready for this? Stay with this process, allowing whatever comes up to be exactly what it needs to be. Now let's shift to the conversation. Imagine the opposite of this critical voice. So what is the opposite for the stepmother in my case? Well, if we go with a Cinderella theme, it might be the fairy godmother, the person who's there to support me and help me achieve my goals and my wishes and, really able to lift me up, help me ascend. So think of this in your context. Again, noticing that inner critic voice, you've already built a little bit of awareness there. You've also allowed it to release a little bit, created some space. But now let's think about what's the opposite of your inner critic, your inner dialogue? Is it a supportive, kind, wise voice within you? If you're spiritual, if you're a Christian or you have a spiritual religion, is this voice Jesus? Is it God? Is there more of a divinity spirit to it? What's the opposite of that critic? Maybe it's a quieter voice. Usually it is. But has it always been there? If we allow the inner critic to quiet, to lower their voice, can this supportive voice get more loud and more relevant to us? Can you connect with it more? I want you to tune into this new voice now. Listen. Just be with it for a moment or two, for a breath. See if you can hear what your inner cheerleader, your inner guide, your spirit might be speaking to you. Do you hear encouragement, kindness, comfort? What does it say? Perhaps it says you are enough, you are capable, you are loved, you are strong. Whatever it is, let these words sink in. Feel the warmth, strength, joy, peace, comfort that they bring to you. The power of this inner dialogue is profound. Neuroscience research shows us that mindfulness and positive affirmations can rewire our brain by creating new neural pathways, leading to healthier thought patterns and better emotional resilience. By quieting that inner critic and nurturing self-compassion, you are opening yourself up to greater creativity, problem solving, and confidence, skills that are vital in your career, your family life, and your community. So keep connecting with that kind voice, sometimes that quiet voice. Turn down the volume of your inner critic and let that voice remind you of your worth and your value in this world. It reminds you that mistakes are part of growth, that you don't have to be perfect to be valuable, and that every day is an opportunity to start fresh. In fact, every breath is an opportunity to renew and restore. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to connect, to calm down the nervous system, and to build a positive practice. I hope you found this encouraging and helpful as you're coming out of the meditation. Just slowly move, slowly blink your eyes. Don't rush it. Take your time. And thank you for being here. My name's Coach Erin, and breathe well. Welcome to Breathe Well Coaching. We're here to help you connect within from the comfort of your own home, to help you overcome stress and anxiety through guided breath work, mindful meditation, and somatic movement practices like yoga and Pilates. You can also partner with one of our certified health and wellness coaches so that you can make positive, lasting, and sustainable changes in your health and well-being. For more details, check out breathewellcoaching.com.